So what is it that makes people fall out of faith? Why do they stop believing in God? Or why do they get angry with God? Let's talk about that for a minute. So why do we fall out of love or out of faith with God? Is it the same as falling out of love with a spouse? Or is it just from lack of communication? Like, what's the deal? A lot of the times, one of the biggest reasons for people falling out of faith is because of a traumatic experience of some sort. They either had an accident and they got a setback, or they lost a job, or their marriage is on the rocks, or they lost a loved one at some point in time. And they always want to blame God. They always want to blame God for all these bad things that happen, which I understand because you feel like God is in control of everything, and which He is. But God has also given us free will. And that free will can be what really causes some of the things to happen. So we're real quick to blame God for all the bad things, but we're real slow to blame God for the good things. You know, we want to take credit for ourselves. We're really selfish human beings, and it comes in our nature to really feel like we are doing everything. So that brings me to the second point why people fall out of faith is because of selfishness. A lot of the times we fall out of faith because of when you first start your journey, God's blessing you, and he is incredibly happy that you are now in His life and that you are now in a relationship with God, that He's bringing blessings on you, and things start to go good, start to go better, and then you start to work harder, and now you're bringing even more blessings, and you're getting promotions, and you're making more money, and you're having all these things happen for you, and you get to a point where you finally say, well, I'm doing all this on my own. What is God really doing? Well, that's the mistake that we make, is thinking that we're doing it on our own. So we go back to the selfishness of thinking, well, I'm doing this myself, that I'm working hard, I'm doing all this. But what we need to understand is God gave us the ability to work hard. God gave us the blessings, or put us in the situations to even have the chance to have those blessings, to even get those blessings. So instead of blaming God for the bad things, we need to embrace the good and blame God for the good, or thank God for the good. Not only what He's doing in our life now, but for what He's going to do in our life in the future. So if there's any advice to anybody out there, if you believe in God now, your belief and your love for God should only grow. It should never go down. And for what you get out of God and what God gives you as blessings in this life, you need to understand that He doesn't have to do those things. He does these things because He loves you. And if you feel like you're not getting blessings, you need to look deeper in your life, look deeper in your heart, and understand that the smallest things are still blessings. It's okay to want more. It's okay to strive to be better. It's okay to strive for a better life as far as financials go and all that stuff. But you need to understand that the reason you even have the opportunity to do that is because of God. We praise God for what He does now and for what He does in the future.